What's up, guys? Joe at Momentum Works. Today, we're talking about the BorgWarner Stage 1 upgrade for single-turbo cats. That's right, we're talking about your 3406s, your C15s, 6NZ, 5EK, 2WS, 3406E through B. Cat single-turbo upgrades, baby. So if you're reading anywhere online, you're bubbling through the Facebook groups, you're looking around Google, you'll see a lot of guys recommending the Quad Zero, the BorgWarner Stage 1, the 78-132. Here's a secret. They're all the same turbo, guys. Part number is 1496988000. Real popular upgrade for the single turbo cats. One of the things makes it great, 78 millimeter compressor wheel. It doesn't have that stock wheel. It's a billet wheel. It's a 132 non-wastegated housing. It's got a 360-degree thrust bearing. Basically, that helps play and helps prevent the in and out play that turbos get over time. Really good unit. It's going to bolt in the stock location, so it bolts right up to the manifold. It's T6 divided. Going towards a charge air cooler, standard 2-bolt Caterpillar O-ring outlet. Going up to your air cleaners, it's a 6-inch diameter. Your same couplers and everything are going to fit. This turbo is going to be a direct replacement for any of your intercooled single turbo cats. So some of your mechanical guys that aren't intercooled, you could use this turbo, but you'd have to kind of do some fabrication to make it work on that crossover pipe. Anyway, so what really makes this turbo great is that it is a direct bolt-on. We normally recommend it for up to about 600 horsepower, maybe a little bit more. So guys that have a stock truck, this is a great upgrade. It's going to give you a little bit of more performance over your stock unit. If you run a file, 550 brake saver, a 600 file, anything like that, this turbo will do just fine. It'll be great. Some guys will recommend it to a higher horsepower. Personally, if you're going higher horsepower, you got cam, you got injectors in the truck, something like that, I'd recommend something a little bit larger. But like I said, 9 out of 10 customers, this is going to be the turbo you want. Stock, lightly modified single turbo cats. This thing is a certified ripper. One of the first big things you're going to notice is the difference in the turbine housings. The stock unit, of course, is a wastegated unit. This one specifically is a 125 AR. Depending on what your original horsepower rating was from the factory, there's a couple of different AR housings that existed on these trucks. Here, the BorgWarner unit is a 132 non-wastegated. It's going to spool up real nice for you. It's a 96 millimeter turbine wheel. It's going to be slightly larger than what came on the factory cat turbos. As far as the center section housings, not to nerd out with you guys too much, but as we mentioned, 360-degree thrust bearing versus the 270-degree thrust bearing, and that's just going to help with that in and out play on the turbos. They're both journal bearing turbos. As far as dimensionally on this side, we know it's a 78 millimeter billet wheel versus the factory cast wheel. It could be a couple different sizes. Originally, when Cat had these engines built, they were using a Garrett turbo. Then BorgWarner came in and consolidated a lot of the part numbers into one. And then, of course, BorgWarner came out with these Performance Series turbos. The Stage 1 here, and there's others as well. But for the sake of this video, we're just focusing on that Stage 1 Quad Zero turbo, as it's going to be the choice of turbo for what majority of customers out there need. So guys, we did briefly touch the Stage 1 has a 96 millimeter inducer turbine wheel. This is just to give you a quick look at the two turbos side by side. Granted, the cat turbo is used. It's seen some abuse to it, but just so that you can take a look at the two of these together. Guys, we're about to go ahead and pull the compressor covers off for you to take a look at the compressor wheels as well. But I just wanted you to notice the difference, how you can see that the factory turbo is slightly choked down here going towards a charge air cooler, where the BorgWarner is a much larger diameter to help, additional flow, of course. And I know this is the part that you came to this video to see, the big shiny impeller. So versus the stock cat turbo here, you can see is a 6x6, which means that there's 6 main blades and 6 of these smaller half blades, versus the BorgWarner Stage 1, which is a 7x7, 7 large blades, and then 7 of these blades down here. The big difference that you can see here, of course, is that the BorgWarner is a billet wheel versus the stock factory cast wheel. Of course, the other difference that you can see here, the through bore versus the non-through bore wheel, doesn't have a major effect on performance. And basically what that means is the nut's incorporated here on this compressor wheel, whereas this has a through. The shaft comes through, the turbine wheel is attached to the shaft, and it comes through, and you can see that there's a nut on the end here holding the compressor wheel to it. Otherwise, you can see that dimensionally, as far as bolting up, these turbos will be the same. They're both the V-band style that holds the compressor cover on as well. All right, guys, so we talked about why I like this turbo so much. We talked about how it compares to the factory unit. Last thing to tell you, where can you get one? Well, of course, you can buy it from us in the link below. You can also get these from a lot of different BorgWarner dealers. If you buy this turbo a couple years down the road, you break down, you'll definitely be able to get a replacement. This thing's been around for a long time. A lot of dealers do carry them. Of course, if there's anything we can do, please feel free to reach out. Any questions we didn't cover, drop them in the comments below. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a carrier pigeon. Whatever you want to do, we'll help you out. We're here for the long haul. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay out there, stay busy, stay loaded, and keep that thing spooling!